Alright, so this is coming right off my video I just posted. Is my... Oh, 6 o'clock. Market just opened for the Wednesday session. No, it's not going to be overnight session. Anyways, this is my follow-up of my trade review for the past couple days, 624, 625. And one of the things I did with this was really follow the FANG stocks and see how they correlate with the Nasdaq. So, as everyone knows, the Nasdaq is a collective of a bunch of different stocks. I'm going to show you the Nasdaq weights. Just pull this up. In this case, look at this. What you're looking at is the top 10 companies. By the way, Nasdaq is a tech-focused indice, so it is prone to higher volatility, which is why I like to trade it. So in this case, I don't know when exactly the date of this was. It looks like March 24th, but these weights get updated. But as you can see, it's 58% technology. But you can see the biggest ones: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Alphabet, aka Google, Broadcom, Tesla, Costco, right? Really the biggest ones being Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon. Though I gotta add Amazon to this list. But still, it's important to know this, as those are the stocks that you gotta watch that are gonna give you the most weight to these big candles and your general bias. So checking on how those specific stocks are doing compared to the Nasdaq is a strategy that I have recently started doing, but it has been great for my bias. So, how to show this? So usually, you can just set up a watch list of different stocks, and you can just go down the list, simple as this. Just put it on the watch list, and just I'm hitting the down arrow. And you can see that every chart looks different, but they all are important to the Nasdaq. So relative strength in one may lead the Nasdaq higher than if there's one that's not as strength. In this case, Netflix, which isn't as heavy, but still is part of your, I guess, your FANG. I can kind of replace this with Amazon, which I probably will do this now. In this case, Amazon. See how each stock in the big heavyweighted Nasdaq is doing compared to the Nasdaq helps. So I'll just do an analysis of today. So Nasdaq today, well, now it's kind of the next day, but it was a percent up day. We had a good, here's your open, here's your close, right? A good day today with lots of volatility. So one thing that is pretty important to look at is seeing which specific Nasdaq stocks are doing well today. Meta having a great day, right? We ended up closing up 2%. But as you can see, that chart looks pretty similar to this chart, right? Because they are pretty correlated. Apple. Apple had a day. In this case, we saw a big spike up in the morning, which helped our spike in the morning where I kind of showed the bounce off the order block. This helped me very much. Amazon had a good day, as you can see in the morning. We had a just general rise throughout the day. So Amazon showed us throughout the day that it was relatively bullish on the day. Nvidia. This is the big ticker. This has been the stock. This has been the stock I've been looking at for a long time. Now, when I'm trading the Nasdaq, as what Nvidia is doing is probably what the Nasdaq is doing. So with Nvidia being up such a high percent today, that really fueled my bias for the Nasdaq, right? I wasn't really bearish today because of the video. But I can't be bearish. I can't be bullish only because of the video. I have to have other narratives around it. As I said, I had those buy side liquidity targets, and I had the sell side sweep that just happens. You expect after a sell side sweep, we get some sort of retracement. So we can just go down the list more. Tesla having a damn good day too. 2.6%. Again, this chart looks familiar, right? Microsoft, one of the heavier weighted ones. Also, having a good day, generally bullish. Google, same idea, generally bullish. And Netflix, in this case, not as big as it used to be. It's still, not as big as it used to be, but still not bad. But same idea. Not as strong, but comparatively to the rest of this is kind of like my lowest weighted. But anyways, so what this shows is that when you have correlation between all of these big, highly weighted stocks in the Nasdaq, you will see some good strength with your bias. They have to agree, though. On days that they all agree, like most of these ended up being good. Actually, the weakest one was Apple, which is what caused some of the big pullbacks that we saw during the day. Like there's some big pullbacks on Apple that kind of messed around with the Nasdaq, right? But still up on the day, and still had an all right day. It was consolidated, but they were all pretty much up on the day. They were all feeling good bullish wise. Therefore, my bullish bias on the Nasdaq was going to be validated. Put some narrative on long of that, which is why I was comfortable longing at open. So on days that they're all together like this, the correlation is there, you can expect a good low risk, low resistance liquidity run. In which this case, we had a good one in the morning, right? This is where we saw my my play go out in the morning. We had a good low resistance liquidity run. Obviously, in the 1 minute, so it kind of looks more high resistance. But you go in the 5 minute, it looks a good amount of low resistance. But that is something that I'm going to be doing from now on. I think that's been great. It helps me identify which days are a good way to trade, a good day to trade, in which there's a bias that's clearly obvious and will help me actually make money rather than try to just mess around with some really crazy price action that just doesn't have a one or another direction. So this is something that I will watch. I'll keep on telling you guys how it is. But if you're at Nasdaq, I highly recommend it. It's not hard, man. Make a watch list, right? You just hit, like, you can make your own whole list if you have whatever. But all you gotta do is add a symbol here, man. Just add it, you hit check, drag it over to your specific drop-down menu. I don't know how I have these under crypto. Futures. I gotta get rid of this one. Right. So you put it on your drop down, and there we go. Nice and easy. You can easily scan through all of them. And if you're in a trade and you're looking to see, oh, is this candle really bullish, right? Maybe you're looking at this wick right here. Maybe like, all right, we're seeing this at 11:05. So let's just go to 11:05. Give it an example. All right, 11:05 on Meta. So obviously 11:05 on 11:05, 11:10 showed us a 30-point candle. So we do the same on this. All right, so Meta kind of peaking a little bit. You can tell that it's kind of getting tired. It's had a good day, but it's not gonna, most likely not gonna go down here. You can just identify a point, a zone that you want. In this case, you can just put this on an order block. Yada yada yada. So that one's like that. Apple, 11:10. In this case, Apple is one of our benefactors for that move up. Apple had a good 0.48 point move up, right? That helped us. Amazon, 11:05. That created an order block, right? You might see that. Oh no, but you can see that helped us. NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is one of the reasons why the market was so nice today for us. you can see that it broke out. Obviously, this is a good breakout right here. 1105, 1110. That's a percent move on NVIDIA between those two things, which helped us get those 30-point candles. So NVIDIA is supporting us. Tesla, look at this. This is showing us a pullback, respecting this 5-minute fair value gap at 11.5, 11.10. So Tesla's on board with us. Microsoft's on board with us. Microsoft's an important one, right? That's one of the highest weighted in the Nasdaq, right? So Microsoft's on board with us, right? We see an order block that dips between this prop block right here, right? Because this is a prop block. So you got your prop block because there's one order block that digs into another. I guess you could also mark down this order block as well because at the end of the day, it's kind of what it is. It's kind of like a double order block. Usually you expect to see it bounce off the top order blocks, the prop block, like a trampoline. But in this case, it goes down to the lower one, respects the mean threshold of that order block, and then, guess what, 11.10. Microsoft gets us a good move. All right, now Google, same idea. It's slowly going up. Google had a good day. This is your typical, all right, I'm going to move up, not at a crazy fast pace, but I'm just going to burn up slowly. Good. It means Google's on board. I guess we'll go over Netflix. Look at 10.55. You had a little bit of retrace with 11.10. But still, you can see that all of our highly weighted stocks, I guess you could add Broadcom to the list if you really wanted to, but you don't want to overcomplicate it. I'd probably replace Netflix with Broadcom, honestly. They were all helping us with that 11.10 push up. Obviously, in this case, I wasn't in a trade at that point, right? But I'm just showing you an example of what you can be doing when you're in a trade. Don't know what a candle looks like, obviously, because you think, oh yeah, I went up to this prop block right here, this hour pop block, maybe saw liquidity. It's a macro. I could be looking for lower prices now, but then we just went through it. We noted that everything else is looking bullish still, so higher prices is to be expected. So that's one thing I wanted to go over. If you do trade at Nasdaq, I heavily support this strategy. It's 100% worth doing, and it helps your analysis skills in general because now you're analyzing the Nasdaq and all of its components. Not all of it, obviously. There's main components at the same time, so that helps with your analysis. That helps with your multitasking. If you have TradingView Premium, where I trade on the basic plan. I don't pay a dime for TradingView. You can go click this, right? Obviously, I don't have it. You can have several charts per tab, and you can just have all these charts. And if you really want to, you can have all of them up at once instead of having to switch through it like this. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. If you have any questions on this, just let me know. But it's pretty worth looking into, in my opinion. So, all right. If you watch this one, this one's a lot more digestible than the other one. So if you watch this one, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys hopefully soon with another video. Hopefully I have a good week, even better week than what I'm having at some other point. But see you soon.